Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In other news here, Pat, again, take this with a grain of salt. As per WrestlingNews.com, apparently Triple H wants a smaller WrestleMania card. Thus, a lot of WWE talent is going to be unhappy about not being on the show. Again, take this with a grain of salt. It seems like WrestlingNews.com is being told that Triple H wants a smaller card this year, which means a lot of names that have been working on TV and live events throughout the year will be hanging out backstage during the show. Again, allegedly. In prior years, there was an effort to include as many wrestlers on the card as possible. Of course, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal would be added to the card to at least give the undercard a chance to be featured on the show. According to WrestlingNews.com, they're being told that there will be no Battle Royal planned this year, and only a small handful of talent are being used for 2 evenings. There's a small amount, I guess, of unhappy talent, considering that the amount of slots is now being limited. I always laugh at this stuff, man, because who exactly in WrestlingNews.com is talking to somebody in WWE that's in the know already about what the card is going to look like for 2 nights? Now, again, off the top of my head, what we know thus far is we will have Cody Rhodes challenging the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, I think on night 2 in the main event that night. There's been some whispers and rumors that maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens challenging the Usos will be the main event of night 1. Bianca Belair will be facing Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley will be challenging Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We don't know yet about the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I mean, we'll see what happens this Monday between Becky and Lita against Dakota Kai and my girl, my future ex-wife, Io Sky. Absolutely. I'll tell you, you can garnish my wages with a baby after procreation for sure. I think that's thus far the card that I see. I'm assuming Austin Theory, from some rumors, will be facing John Cena for the U.S. Championship, for the coveted United States Heavyweight Championship. After John Cena's return in Boston in a couple weeks. It seems like whispers are Gunther, the reigning defending Intercontinental Champion, will defend against both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Coveted Intercontinental Championship.
The coveted, yes, the illustrious Intercontinental Championship.
And the coveted SmackDown Women's Championship. And the coveted Raw Women's Championship. Because all those titles are coveted, aren't they? Not just the U.S. title.
Of course. Now, what that means about filling both nights, I mean, again, that's still a lot of matches already. Whether or not that means we're going to have a battle royal, whether or not we're going to have more singles matches, I don't know. But again, folks, it's like Mark's complaining for the sake of complaining is nothing new. Thus far, again, we've talked about how we want to grade Paul Levesque as the chief, I guess, the chief content officer in WWE. He's been doing a great job. And the Marks are going to bitch and complain anyway. But I just think that what up to this point, what Paul Levesque has been doing, I think has been A grade, solid. Put the stickers on the refrigerator like we do with our kids after winning the spelling bee. That's how I would look at it. But Marks obviously need a reason to complain. These articles don't do anything to sort of, I guess, squash the fires of Marks complaining now.
I mean, as far as like shorter WrestleMania cards go, like I was talking to my buddy Marky about that, and he hates shorter wrestling cards. So I think that would be a huge, huge problem if we had shorter wrestling cards for both nights. Obviously, more talent needs to get out there. I don't know if they're going to include the prestigious Andre the Giant over the top rope Memorial Battle Royal, Invitational Battle Royal, but maybe they will. Either way, Paul knows what the fuck he's doing. He understands exactly what the business is about, and he's going to put on a big, big show and a good show. Because remember, this is collectively our 39th WrestleMania, but for Triple H, it's his first WrestleMania, and you only get one first impression.
Yep.
So I think he's going to completely knock it out of the fucking park, Aaron Judge style, and I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people, and he's going to continue to prove people wrong like he has his entire career.
No, he has, and I think that you look at Paul Levesque, and certainly I think since taking over late last summer, right before SummerSlam, I think you have seen the proof is in the pudding, folks. It's bearing fruit for many, many months now in terms of, and the marks are going to complain anyway. I mean, obviously you saw Twitter last week losing their
Well,
minds.
I'm not a mark, but I am gonna say one thing. I'm not a mark, but I am gonna say this. Okay. I think that he's done a great job thus far, and I think that's how we should look at it between now and when his first full year is up. Because I'm not gonna really give him a grade just yet, but I think he's trending in a really, really good direction. And I think that the ceiling is very, very high for Triple H at this point. But as you said, people will complain. People will complain about creative. People who like AEW are going to complain, and that just comes with the territory. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because more people watch WWE than AEW. So I mean, who really gives a rat's ass what those 5 people are saying anyway?
Well, I'm with you. And again, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny about last week, even after the supposed rumors that Vince is having some input into creative, that Vince is back, and the Marks just lost their minds. The Marks lost their minds last week.
Well, of course, Michael Myers is back. The Boogeyman's back. To the Marks, collective Laurie Strode, he's back. He's back. I saw the shape. He's moving. I saw the walk. No! So the Marks are freaking out. They're freaking out. But look, man, it's his fucking company. It's his company. Of course he's going to be around. And the product is still good. I mean, why are people acting like, look, obviously people didn't like a certain number of years worth of his product, right? Because maybe they felt like it wasn't for them or it was insulting their intelligence, even though the whole action of wrestling is pretty fucking insulting to your intelligence. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just because you didn't like a small portion doesn't mean that the overall larger body of work from Vince wasn't great. Because again, I challenge all you marks. Go in your closet, go in your drawers, go look around at all your gimmicks that you have, all your wrestling gimmicks. They're all Vince McMahon properties. They're all Vince McMahon ideas. You know what I mean? He is the kingpin of the wrestling business. No, he's always going to be around for good or ugly.